Hey y'all, my name's Mare. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you guys with a very exciting announcement because I'm going to be telling y'all all about the Cars Readathon. That's right, Cars the movie featuring the legendary Lightning McQueen. I am so excited. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, I am a huge Cars fan. I am literally a 5-year-old boy at heart. Cars was one of my favorite movie franchises growing up, and to be honest, I still rewatch them yearly. Cars 3 destroyed me. Those parallels between Cars 3 and Cars 1, literally iconic. I sob every time I watch that movie, and it's about fictional cars. So there is literally no other readathon that could be more perfect for me and for Kelsey and Katie, my two co-hosts of this readathon. It's gonna be legendary, and I'm excited to tell you guys all about it. I'm going to be representing Team Dinoco, and I just want to mention that literally I own a Dinoco shirt. I didn't have to go purchase that for this announcement video. I did not do that. I literally just have this in my wardrobe because I am a diehard Cars fan. So I don't know what that says about me, but there you go. There's some intel you didn't know you needed. Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm about to tell y'all all about the Cars Readathon. The 2021 Piston Cup. 3 teams go head-to-head, featuring Team Rusteez, led by Lightning McQueen and Katie Can't Read. Team Dinoco, led by the King himself and the Queen herself, Mare Reads. Team Hostile Takeover Bank, led by the legendary Chick Hicks and the legendary Kelsey from I Read Today. 3 teams go head-to-head to win the 2021 Booktube Piston Cup. Basically, each racer has to win the most amount of laps, or read the most amount of pages. And by the end of the readathon, the team that had the most average laps per racer wins the Booktube Piston Cup. Are we excited? I'm excited. I'm so freaking ready for this readathon. Team Dinoco for the win, baby. We love it. We love to see it. Let me explain to y'all how this is going to work. So this readathon is going to be the first week of March, so it's going to be starting February 28th and going until March 6th. This is going to be a bingo-based readathon, so we actually have 3 different bingo boards, which I'll go through with you guys in just 1 second, that represent each of the teams. So we have one for Team Dinoco, one for Team Rusteez, and one for Team Hostile Takeover Bank. And I just want to acknowledge really quickly that Team Hostile Takeover Bank is the most iconic and legendary name. So we basically named these teams based on each Cars sponsor. So the King has Dinoco, Lightning McQueen has Rusteez. Did y'all know that Chick Hicks' sponsor in the Piston Cup is literally Hostile Takeover Bank? I don't know what that means, but I love it every time I say it. So I'm just gonna say if I wasn't on Team Dinoco, I would probably pick Team Hostile Takeover Bank because that name, truly iconic. So like I said, there are going to be 3 different bingo boards, and so you're going to choose your team, whatever team you want to join, it doesn't matter. Choose the prompts that you like the most, choose the car that you like the most, whatever floats your boat, whatever grinds your gears, you choose the car that you want to represent. I'm going to be specifically talking about the prompts for Team Dinoco in this video. I will also be linking Kelsey and Katie's channels down below for you to go check out their readathon announcements as well. I am going to go over the prompts for Team Rusteez and for Team Hostile Takeover Bank, but if you want more in-depth details about each of their prompts, their videos are going to be the place to go. All you have to do to participate in the readathon is, again, choose your racer and select the bingo board that you want to work on, and then you can choose to do the corners, you can choose to do 1 prompt, you can choose to get a bingo, you can black out the board, whatever you want to do, totally up to you. Do as many or as little prompts as you want, because at the end of the day, what matters is how many pages you read. So at the end of the week of the readathon, what you'll be doing is you'll be submitting your page count or however many laps you completed during the week, and to fill out that form, there's going to be a link in my description. Basically, you just have to count books that counted for your team's prompts. So when I get into the prompts, for instance, one of the ones for Dinoco is the King. If I read a book for that prompt, I can count it towards my general page count, and you can also overlap however many books with the prompts that you want. So you could literally black out the board with 1 book if you're able to find a book that fulfills all the prompts, and you're good to go. At the end of the week, there also is a bonus if you do black out your board, so there's some incentive there, but you definitely don't have to. Before I jump into the Team Dinoco prompts, I want to quickly mention that Following the Host is going to give you guys the most up-to-date information about the readathon. I will have their Instagram and their Twitters linked down in the description down below, as well as mine, so that if you want more information about the readathon, you can stay up to date. We also will have a Discord channel that will be in the Radiator Springs Discord. So if you guys don't know, I haven't made like a formal announcement about this on my YouTube channel, but I made a small booktube community Discord, and it's called Radiator Springs. It's Cars themed. I mean, come on, we're on brand here. So within that Discord, we're going to make a channel for the readathon specifically, so we'll send out updates about it, and we can just just chat about what books we're reading that week. So you don't have to join the Discord if you want to do the readathon. You also don't have to be a part of the readathon if you want to join the Discord, but we will have a place to chat about all the books that we're reading that week and all the updates and such in the Radiator Springs Discord, so feel free to join it if you want to. Now, let's talk about the Team Dinoco prompts. So I'm also going to try and mention what books I'm planning on reading for each prompt. I don't have my TBR narrowed down quite yet, just because I have been mood reading and it's been the best experience of my life, so I'm going to quickly mention a few books that I have on my radar for the prompts, and if I actually read them, time will tell. I'll probably have my TBR more nailed down by the time my March TBR goes up, so I'll give you guys more details at that time. The first prompt for Team Dinoco is retirement. So the prompt for this one is to read the oldest book on your TBR, or one of the oldest books on your TBR. So for this prompt, I'm considering reading The Death of Vivek Oji. This is a book that I've had since August of last year. I got it in my book of the month, and I have just been putting it off, but it's one that I've been really interested in. It's definitely one of the oldest books I have on my physical TBR, so I want to get to it pretty soon. So this is probably what I'll end up picking up for that prompt. Then we have the reading prompt, The King, and that's to read a book featuring royalty. So for that prompt, I'm considering reading A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the second book in the From Blood and Ash series, and I want to read this closer to the release date of the third book, so I feel like this will be a perfect time to pick up this book. Is it smart to pick up a 600-page book during a readathon? Probably not, but I want to read this, so maybe that'll help me push it to the top of my TBR. Then we have the prompt Racing Legend, which is to read a 5-star prediction. For this prompt, I'm considering picking up Lost in the Neverwoods by Aiden Thomas. This is an arc that I have that comes out in March, so I want to read it around this time anyways, and it's a YA fantasy Peter Pan retelling. I'm so excited to get to it, and I think that I'm going to love it. The next prompt is Dinoco Blue, and that's to read a book with blue on the cover. And so again, I will likely be reading Lost in the Neverwoods for that prompt. Then we have Pit Stop, which is to attend a watch party or a reading sprint. So again, we don't have exact dates for these yet, but if you follow all of the hosts, or if you join that Discord that I talked about earlier, you will have the most information about watch parties that we do. We're considering watching all of the Cars movies that week, and we're also going to try and do at least one reading sprint at some point. So definitely stay tuned for all that information. Then we have the prompt Runner Up, which is to read a sequel. So again, I'm considering reading A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Then we have the prompt The Cozy Cone, which is to read a book in your comfort genre or read a comfort book. So this means you could reread a book, or you could just read a book in a genre that you really love. So I have two options for this. I'm either going to be reading A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire because again, I just really enjoyed the first book, and I think that it's just such a comforting read in terms of like, it's just a guilty pleasure of mine, and I love these books. Not that I feel guilty reading these, but it's just like candy is I guess what I mean. And again, for that prompt, I'm also considering reading Lost in the Neverwoods because YA fantasy is definitely my comfort genre. And lastly is the prompt Radiator Springs. So you're going to be reading about a found family. And for this, I'm definitely considering reading Six of Crows. I have to read this for the Grishaverse read along anyways, and I feel like this is the perfect timing to read this book. So I definitely want to squeeze this one in if I can. Those are all the prompts for Team Dinoco. And now let's quickly jump into Team Rusteez and then Team Hostile Takeover Bank. For Team Rusteez, you're going to be doing the prompts, The Rookie, read a recent release. I Am Speed, read a book in under 24 hours. Paving the Road, read a book where the main character has a lot of development. Ka-Chow, read a book with a red cover or red on the cover. Again, you have that Pit Stop prompt, attend a watch party or a reading sprint. You also have the Cozy Cone on Team Rusteez, read a book in your comfort genre or a comfort read. You also have Radiator Springs again, so read about a found family. And the last prompt for Team Rusteez is I knew you couldn't drive, I didn't know you couldn't read. So for this prompt, you were simply going to read. That's it. For Team Hostile Takeover Bank, you're going to be doing the prompts. Thunder, a book you've delayed reading. Chick Hicks, read a book with a good villain. Mustache, read a book with an attractive character. I don't know about this prompt. This was all on Kelsey. Kachika, read a book with a green cover or green on the cover. Again, you have the Pit Stop prompt, attend a watch party or a reading sprint. Three-way tie, read a book focusing on 3 or more characters. You again have Radiator Springs again, so read about a found family. And then Life is a Highway, read an adventure or a road trip book. So those are all the details for the Cars Readathon. I hope you guys are so excited about this. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be so much fun. All the information that I just talked about will be in the description down below, so be sure to go check it out. Be sure to go follow Kelsey and Katie as well, my amazing host. I love them so much, and I literally couldn't think of anyone more perfect to do this readathon with. They are literally the biggest Cars fans beside myself. That is it for this video today. If you guys have any questions at all about the readathon, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer them. I'll also have my Instagram, Twitter, Amazon wishlist, all that good stuff linked in the description down below so that you can connect with me there. And until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!